Okay, so I'm going to show you the process that I use to process all my photos, but in this instance, my Andromeda Galaxy photo. So I'm just going to pull up the raw stacked data that I have. Um, as you can see here, it's a completely black image. So I'm going to show you how you can turn this into this in just 10 minutes. So right now this is a linear image. So first things first, by the way, we are using Pixinsight. Um, so first things first, we're going to use the screen transfer function. We're going to hit this nuclear button right here to pre-stretch the image. And then I am going to go to Script, Astronomy, and Image Solver. Click OK. This is just going to plate solve the image so it knows where it is in reference to the night sky. Wait until this is done. Okay, now that that is done, we're going to go to Process All Processes, Photometric Color Calibration, unchecked the Generate Graphs button, and we're going to just drag this over onto our image. This is just going to do a quick color calibration. Okay, so now this is done. We have an image like this. I'm going to click that Auto Stretch button once again. And now we have a good idea of what the image looks like and will look like in a couple minutes here. So I'm going to go to Processes, Process, go to Dynamic Crop, and crop out the artifacts caused by dithering and guiding. So I think this should be good. So I'm going to click the check mark here. Yes. And yeah, that looks like it got rid of most of the artifacts around the edges. So next step will be dynamic background extraction. I'm going to click the image here. You can copy these settings if you want. I'm going to set my tolerance to 2, shadow relaxation to 6, sample generation to 150, and do the subtraction correction over here. Click resize all, generate, and generally when you do these background extractions, you're going to want to remove these sample boxes um, that are touching the galaxy because we don't want any data to be removed from the galaxy or nebulae itself. So I'm just going to remove any boxes that have any sort of galaxy, could have any sort of galaxy in the way. So even on this corner here, could be something there. So I'm going to remove these. To me, that looks pretty good. These just in case. Click a few extra over here. And that's not good. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to drag this information over here, the subtraction information, and then I'm going to click division, click execute. Okay, that was quick. So we're going to exit out of this, click the subtraction information one, click execute again. And what this does is it gets rid of all the gradients caused by either the moon or light pollution. So we're going to click the auto stretch button again, and there we go. Now I'm going to do a quick blur exterminator. This deblurs the stars, making it more of a sharper and realistic look. Okay, so now that the blur exterminator is done, I'm going to go to All Processes, go to Noise Exterminator, and do that as well. And we will wait until that's done. Pretty much what this does is it does what it sounds like it does. It removes all the noise and all the pixels deep into the image that you can't really see until you zoom in. Okay, so now that these both are done, let's zoom in and look at the difference. So this is before the noise exterminator, and this is after. Let's look at a better area here. Before, there we go. Before, after. So it really gets rid of all these pixels and kind of blends it in very nicely. So that's a big part of the process. And if we can see here what Blur Exterminator does before, after, so it kind of just softens the stars, if you want to call it that, or after, makes them a bit better looking. So now that blur exterminator and noise exterminator are done, I'm going to go to the histogram transformation tab and make this a permanent stretched image, because if we look over here and you see this green line here, that means this is not a permanent stretch. This is only a preview stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit view selected, select our image here, and we're going to take this triangle here, we're going to drag it down here. Now that our image data is here, I'm going to hit apply, and you'll see this white image pops up. Just go over here to the screen transfer function and click reset. Now that line is gone, meaning this is a permanent stretched image. And now what we can do is do some light tweaks in the histogram transformation. Click preview, and I'm going to drag this over here just very slightly at first. I usually do three small um, adjustments at once. Or sorry, three small adjustments, not once, not everything at once, because you don't want to overcook and stretch your image too much. That looks good. We're going to click apply, and I'll do it once more. Hit reset. Drag this over. I'm going to do it too much. I think that's good. So hit apply, exit out of this, and we can see what it looked like before and after 1, 2, 3. So it really just darkens the image around it and really brings out the nebulosity that we want to bring out. So after histogram transformation, I do star exterminator, which removes the stars from the image and isolates in this case, the Andromeda galaxy, so we can only stretch that, and so we don't have to stretch the stars, because when you stretch everything together, I find that you kind of elongate the stars, and they kind of look funny when you stretch everything at once. So I like to do this to only stretch the nebulosity. Okay, so as you can see here, it removed the stars. So I'm gonna minimize that for now. I'm gonna put this over here, and there we got our starless image. Pretty cool looking. So now that we have our starless image, I'm gonna go up here to extract the luminance layer. Once we have that, we're gonna go to processes, click our LRGB combination, unclick these three, click here, click your main image, or sorry, click this image, it'll come up here, click OK. I like to set the saturation at 0.250 and drag this triangle onto our LGB, and you can notice the difference right away. So now we're going to get rid of our luminance layer. What this does is pretty much um, extracts the color within the data that is hidden in this image. So we go to before, there's not much color in this image now. We go to after, so it just really brings out the data that's hidden in this image. So that's an important step for sure. Now you can see that there's this green hint to it. Now, how to remove that? We're going to go to SCNR, we're going to apply that, and you can see what it does here. It just removes the green noise that is clouding the image. Before, after, really gets rid of that. Now we are going to do the HDR multi-scale transformation. I like to set the number of layers to 8, dim on. Not too sure why this works, but it works for me. You can play around with this part wherever you want, but this number of layers works for me. And you can see what this does is it kind of, if you have a bloated core of the galaxy, it kind of gets rid of it. As you can see, core kind of goes away. Actually, I could do it a little bit better, but yeah, it's not bad. It kind of just gets rid of the glare and the kind of the glare. kind of cloudy there. It looks a bit more real. So now we're going to go stretch this galaxy a little bit more to get a little bit more detail. So I'm going to go to Curves Transformation, click Preview, and you do want to take your time with this because it's easy to overstretch, as you can see here. So you want to find the right sweet spot, I like to call it. So right there is a little okay. Let's go up here. See, it's easy to blow out that core, so you got to be careful. Yeah, you get more detail when you do this, but the core is so bright that it's so easy to make it look bad. I would say that's okay. So let's go before and after and see how that looks. So before, after. Yeah, I would say that's good. So now another step I like to do is to boost that saturation in the image just a little bit. So we're going to click this S over here. And again, you do not want to rush this. Sort of a tricky process. Okay, I think I like that there. Let's click OK. Exit out of this. Before, after. So as you can see, those true colors just pop more. Go over here. Right? So you definitely want to do that. And then to get even more saturation, go to color saturation here, click preview, and again, just play with it. This just kind of helps you get more colors out of certain areas. There's blue, green, red, and Andromeda usually has some blue and red, so I'm going to up the red a little bit. It's too much there, that doesn't look too good. Okay, I think that looks good. I'll do the blue because there's a little bit of blue on the edges. Can't really see too much, but yeah, I think that looks good. I think that looks good. So let's see what that looks like now. As you can see, sort of boosts the saturation. So I think this looks pretty good. Now I'm going to do a local histogram equalization. Pretty much what this does is it sharpens your image, pretty much. So obviously that's way too sharpened, but I like to do it somewhere around 150. Let's see how that looks. Okay, let's see how that looks. So after, before. Before, after. Yeah, it just really brings out more of the dust lanes in the galaxy here. Yeah, I would say that's better. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have stretched only the galaxy, it's time to focus a little bit on the stars. What I'm going to do is I am going to um, do a quick color saturation on these stars. Um, really bring out the stars a little bit. I'm not going to stretch them too much. I want them a little bit smaller. So that looks pretty good. See how that looks. See a before and after here. Very minimal, but something. So now we only have one more step, and that is to add the stars back into our image. So go to all processes, pixel math. You click on expression editor here. Click on that, and this area here is our two images. You can see here. So we're going to click on one of them and hit plus, and then our other image. So this is just telling it to add both of these together again. Click OK, or let's make sure, yes, okay. Click OK. Let's make sure it's creating a new image. Here it is. And click Apply, and there it is. We can delete these now. And there's our image. And yeah, then you'd save it, and then boom. So if you guys like this video and you guys learned something, please subscribe, hit that like button, comment in the comment section on what you think. I hope you guys learned something from this video. This is just what I do for my images. This is how I process all my images. and in this case, this is how I process the Andromeda galaxy. So thank you for watching, and see you again next time.